Hi there, my name is Sam and I'm a homebody at heart. I like sharing all the hobbies I like doing from the comforts of my own home, like baking, gardening, and home decorating. And today, because we are in the Halloween season, I decided to do a nice Halloween themed dessert, and purple is the color I think of for Halloween, so I've decided to do an ube tres leches cake. So super easy to put together. It is my go-to for work potlucks, family gatherings, parties in general because of how simple it is, and it's always a big hit. So I've spruced it up with some Halloween sprinkles here just to keep it nice and festive. So let's go ahead, let's work on this together and see how easy it is to whip together. Ingredients we'll need for today's bake are 5 eggs separated, sugar divided, 1 cup into 3/4 of a cup and 1/4 of a cup, vanilla extract, ube extract, all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt, and milk. First thing I'm gonna do is mix together my sugar. It's gonna be the larger portion, the 3/4 of a cup. And I'm gonna be mixing that together with the egg yolks. So these are 5 egg yolks here. If you have a hand mixer or a stand mixer, you're more than welcome to use it. It's pretty easy mixing them together with a hand whisk. So I'm just gonna do that so I could save my stand mixer for when it's time to whip up the egg whites. Here. And we're going to want to whisk until this is nice and fully combined and is a nice pale yellow color. This is exactly the pale yellow we are looking for. So next, I'm going to go ahead and add in my milk. So this is 1/3 cup of milk. Personally, we don't use any like cow's milk and true dairy in our home. This is actually almond milk, and in the past I have not had any issues with it, so I'm going to keep on using it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in our extracts. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla and ube go really well together. And 2 of the ube. This is immediately going to turn this mixture purple. Whisk this up together. Now that all the wet ingredients have been mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and add the dry ingredients. So this is our 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And then I have 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and then approximately 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So they're already mixed together here. And we're gonna go ahead and just whisk this all together. So our initial batter came out really well. So next step is going to be working on whipping up our egg whites. Let's go ahead. I've already got my 5 egg whites in here. We're going to whip them up, get them to stiff peaks, and then we can add in our 1/4 cup of sugar. There we go. Stiff peak we're looking for. Now we're all good to go ahead and mix this in with the other half of our batter. Batter. Egg whites here. Go ahead and just gently scrape it in. Gently fold it in until it's just combined. Don't want to be too rough or over mixed. We don't deflate the nice sponge we're creating. So this looks like we have a nice even mixture here of our whipped egg whites and the rest of our batter. So you can go ahead and put it in an ungreased pan. So no butter or oil needed. Just gonna dump our batter. Oven set to 350. We're going to go in and bake for 25 to 35 minutes. There we go. Let's see. No crumbs. Looks like we're ready to come out. There we go. Let it cool until it's time to do our little milk soak. Now that our cake has had a couple hours to cool, what we're gonna start doing is poking holes. So that way we have a good area for absorbing our milk mixture. Using a fork, you can use a fork, toothpick, chopsticks, whatever is easiest for you. Our milk mixture for soaking the cake will include one 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, and we're gonna have about 13 to 14 ounces of condensed milk depending on what kind of candy you find. If you can, try to get the ube flavored condensed milk. And if not, regular condensed milk is fine, and you can supplement with 1 tablespoon of ube extract. And then we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of whatever milk it is that you're using. I've already got my ube condensed milk mixture in here. We have our 1/4 cup, a little mess of milk, and then 1 can of evaporated milk. Much of the ube as we can in here. Okay, now that our mix is done, I'm gonna go ahead and just slowly start pouring over the cake. Nothing is left unsoaked. And if you think this is too much liquid in here, trust me, it's not. It will all get absorbed. You're gonna let it sit overnight. But in the meantime, we can work on our frosting. So now we're gonna start our whipped topping. So we're gonna use 1 pint of heavy cream. Ready. So either use your stand mixer or hand mixer. Pour in our whole pint. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and start mixing. As it's starting to thicken up, I'm gonna slow it down. I have 3 tablespoons of confectioner sugar, powdered sugar. Let me just slowly pour that in here. A little bit at a time. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of ube extract here. Slow it down a little more. Looks a little more like the whipped topping that we're looking for. I'm gonna go ahead, grab this, and we can ice our cake. Okay, now that we have our whipped icing, I'm just gonna go ahead and dollop that on here. I have seen some people use piping bags with a nice fancy tip, but I'm gonna just dump this out and smooth it out into a nice even layer so that I could put some Halloween sprinkles on here. However you want. If you're in a quick pinch, then simple dollop of frosting will go far. It still has the same flavor. I'm going to be trying some Halloween sprinkles on here since this is a Halloween themed cake that I'm bringing to work. Oh no, the eyeball fell upside down. with the traditional tres leches topping and do the cinnamon powder on top. I do think cinnamon and ube flavors go pretty well together. If you've ever had an ube horchata, it's a really good combo. Good fusion drink. I think this looks pretty good and Halloweeny. Here we go. Okay, let's cut into this. Help if I had a real serving spoon here. Well, smudged it, but we've got a nice soaked layer. I'm excited to dig into this. Bottoms up. Strong ube flavor, nice, moist, not overly sweet. This is always a winner recipe. Hope you enjoy.